Narrator. In a small and humble town called Nazareth, surrounded by dusty roads, olive trees, and quiet hills, lived a young woman whose faith would change the history of the world forever. Her name was Mary. She was simple, kind, gentle, and devoted to God. She was not rich, powerful, or famous. She lived an ordinary life, helping her family, praying with sincerity, and treating everyone with compassion. Yet destiny had chosen her for an extraordinary purpose. This is the story of Mother Mary, a story of faith, sacrifice, courage, love, and hope. Her journey teaches humanity that even in times of fear and uncertainty, faith can guide the heart toward light. Scene 1: The quiet life in Nazareth. Narrator. Mary woke every morning before sunrise. She would step outside her small home and watch the first light spread across the sky. The birds sang softly, and the cool breeze carried the scent of earth and flowers. Her life was peaceful. Mary. Thank you, Lord, for another day. Guide me in your wisdom, and fill my heart with kindness. Narrator. Mary spent her days helping her mother with household work. She fetched water from the village well, prepared meals, cleaned the house, and cared for neighbors who were ill or elderly. Neighbor woman. Mary, your heart is full of goodness. You never refuse to help anyone. Mary, we are all children of God. When we help one another, we honor him. Narrator. Mary was engaged to a carpenter named Joseph. Joseph was hardworking, humble, and respected in the village. He admired Mary not only for her beauty but for her wisdom and faith. Joseph. Mary, every time I speak with you, I feel peace in my heart. Mary, peace comes from trusting God. Joseph. Narrator. The people of Nazareth lived simple lives under Roman rule. Many struggled with poverty and hardship. Yet Mary believed that God's love remained with his people. Mary. No darkness lasts forever. God always brings light. Scene 2: The angel's visit. Narrator. One evening, Mary sat alone in prayer. The room was silent except for the flicker of an oil lamp. Suddenly, a bright light filled the house. Mary. What is this light? Narrator. Before her stood the angel Gabriel. Gabriel. Greetings, Mary. The Lord is with you. Narrator. Mary trembled with fear. Mary. Who are you? Gabriel. Do not be afraid. God has chosen you for a special blessing. You will give birth to a son, and you shall call him Jesus. He will bring salvation and peace to the world. Mary. How can this happen? Gabriel. Nothing is impossible for God. Narrator. Mary's heart was filled with confusion and wonder. Yet deep within, she trusted God completely. Mary. I am the servant of the Lord, let his will be done. Narrator. At that moment, the light slowly faded, leaving Mary alone again. But her life had changed forever. Scene 3: Mary tells Joseph. Narrator. The next day, Mary struggled to find the right words to tell Joseph about the angel's message. Mary. Joseph. I need to speak with you. Joseph. You seem troubled. What has happened? Mary. An angel appeared to me. God has chosen me to bring a child into the world. Narrator. Joseph was shocked. Joseph. Mary. I do not understand. Narrator. Joseph loved Mary deeply, but fear and confusion filled his mind. Joseph. I need time to think. Narrator. That night, Joseph prayed for guidance. As he slept, an angel appeared to him in a dream. Angel. Joseph. Do not fear. Mary speaks the truth. The child she carries is chosen by God. Protect them and trust in the Lord. Narrator. Joseph awoke with peace in his heart. Joseph. God has spoken. I will stand beside Mary. Narrator. The next morning, Joseph visited Mary. Joseph. Mary. Forgive my doubts. I believe you, and I will protect you and the child. Mary. Thank you, Joseph. Narrator. Together, they prepared for the future, not knowing the challenges ahead. Scene 4: The journey to Bethlehem. Narrator. Months passed, and the Roman emperor ordered a census. Everyone had to travel to their hometown to register. Joseph. We must go to Bethlehem. Narrator. Mary was heavily pregnant, and the journey would be difficult. Mary. God will give us strength. Narrator. Joseph prepared a donkey, and together they began the long journey. The roads were rough and crowded with travelers. Joseph, are you comfortable? Mary, do not worry about me. Keep going. Narrator, the nights were cold. Sometimes they rested beneath the stars. Mary, look at the sky. Joseph, God's creation is beautiful. Joseph, even in hardship, you find hope. Mary, hope is stronger than fear. Narrator, after many exhausting days, they finally arrived in Bethlehem. Scene 5. No room at the inn. Narrator, Bethlehem was crowded with travelers. Joseph, please, do you have room for us? Innkeeper, I am sorry, every room is full. Narrator, Joseph searched from place to place, but no one had space. Joseph, Mary is about to give birth. Please help us. Narrator, at last, one innkeeper showed kindness. Innkeeper, I have no rooms, but you may stay in the stable. Joseph, thank you. Narrator, the stable was simple, filled with hay and animals. Yet it became the place where history would change forever. Mary, this place may be humble, but God is with us. Narrator, that night, Mary gave birth to baby Jesus. Joseph, he is beautiful. Mary, welcome, my son. Narrator, Mary wrapped the baby in cloth and laid him in a manger. Outside, the night sky shone brightly. Scene 6. The shepherds. Narrator, nearby, shepherds watched over their flocks. Shepherd 1. The night feels different somehow. Narrator, suddenly, angels appeared in the sky. Angels, do not be afraid. We bring good news. A savior has been born in Bethlehem. Narrator, the shepherds were amazed. Shepherd 2. We must go and see this child. Narrator, they hurried to the stable and found Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. Shepherd 1. The angels told us about him. Mary, then God's promise has begun. Narrator, the shepherds knelt before the child with joy and reverence. Scene 7. The wise men. Narrator, far away in the east, wise men studied the stars. Wise man 1. A new star has appeared. Wise man 2. It is a sign that a great king has been born. Narrator, they traveled for months carrying gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Wise man 3. The star guides us. Narrator, at last, they reached Bethlehem. Wise man 1. We have come to honor the child. Narrator, Mary welcomed them warmly. Wise man 2. This child will bring light to the world. Narrator, the wise men bowed before Jesus and offered their gifts. Mary, may God bless your journey. Scene 8. Danger from King Herod. Narrator, news of the child reached King Herod. Herod, a new king? I will not allow anyone to threaten my power. Narrator, Herod secretly planned to destroy the child. That night, Joseph received another dream. Angel, take Mary and the child to Egypt. Herod seeks to harm him. Joseph, we must leave immediately. Mary, then let us trust God once more. Narrator, under the cover of darkness, they fled to Egypt. Mary held baby Jesus close as they traveled through deserts and unfamiliar lands. Mary, no matter where we go, God walks beside us. Scene 9. Life in Egypt. Narrator, in Egypt, Mary and Joseph lived as strangers. Joseph, it is difficult to begin again in a foreign land. Mary, as long as we are together, we are not alone. Narrator, Joseph worked hard as a carpenter while Mary cared for Jesus. Mary, you are loved beyond measure, my child. Narrator, even in exile, Mary's faith remained strong. She helped neighbors, comforted the poor, and shared hope with those in despair. Woman in Egypt, your kindness reminds me that God has not forgotten us. Mary, God never forgets his children. Scene 10. Returning home. Narrator, years later, an angel appeared again to Joseph. Angel, Herod is gone. Return to your homeland. Joseph, Mary, it is time to go home. Narrator, Mary smiled with relief. Mary, God has guided us through every storm. Narrator, the family returned to Nazareth, where Jesus grew up. Mary watched her son become wise, compassionate, and thoughtful. Jesus, Mother, why do people suffer so much? Mary, because the world needs more love, my son. Jesus, then we must teach love. Mary, yes, always. Scene 11. Jesus as a child. Narrator, Jesus was different from other children. He showed wisdom beyond his years. One day, Mary noticed he was missing during a journey to Jerusalem. Mary, Joseph, where is Jesus? Joseph, I thought he was with the others. Narrator, panic filled their hearts. For 3 days they searched desperately. Mary, please, Lord, protect my son. Narrator, finally, they found him in the temple speaking with teachers. Teacher, this child understands the scriptures deeply. Mary, Jesus, why did you stay behind? Jesus, did you not know I would be in my Father's house? Narrator, Mary did not fully understand, but she treasured his words. Scene 12. The wedding at Cana. Narrator, years later, Mary attended a wedding in Cana with Jesus and his disciples. During the celebration, the hosts ran out of wine. Host, what will we do? This is embarrassing. Mary approached Jesus. Mary, they need help. Jesus, my time has not yet come. Mary, do whatever he tells you. Narrator, Jesus instructed the servants to fill jars with water. When they poured the water, it had become wine. Servant, this is a miracle. Narrator, the people were amazed. Mary watched quietly, knowing her son's mission had begun. Scene 13. Mary watches Jesus teach. Narrator, Jesus traveled from village to village preaching love, forgiveness, and mercy. Crowd member, no one speaks like him. Narrator, Mary often listened from a distance. Jesus, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Narrator, the sick were healed, the poor found hope. Scene 14. Fear and faith. Narrator, as opposition against Jesus increased, Mary worried constantly. Mary, Lord, protect my son. Narrator, one evening, Jesus visited her. Jesus, Mother, do not fear. Mary, a mother's heart always fears for her child. Jesus, love is stronger than fear. Mary, then may love guide us. Narrator, Mary knew difficult days were approaching. Scene 15. The Last Supper. Narrator, before his arrest, Jesus shared a final meal with his disciples. Jesus, love one another as I have loved you. Narrator, Mary was not in the room, but she sensed sorrow in the air. Later that night, Jesus was arrested. Messenger, Mary, they have taken Jesus. Narrator, Mary's heart shattered. Mary, no. Narrator, she hurried through the dark streets searching for him. Scene 16. The trial. Narrator, Jesus was brought before leaders who accused him falsely. Crowd, crucify him. Narrator, Mary stood silently among the crowd, tears filling her eyes. Mary, how can they hate someone who taught only love? Narrator, Jesus looked at his mother. Though exhausted and wounded, his eyes still held compassion. Jesus, forgive them. Narrator, Mary felt both unbearable sorrow and deep faith. Scene 17. The cross. Narrator, Jesus carried the heavy cross through the streets. Mary, my son. Narrator, she wanted to take away his pain, but she could only walk beside him. At Golgotha, Jesus was crucified. Mary stood near the cross. Jesus, Mother, behold your son. Narrator, he spoke to his disciple John. Jesus, take care of her. Narrator, even in suffering, Jesus thought of his mother. Mary wept beneath the darkened sky. Mary, Lord, give me strength. Narrator, when Jesus died, silence covered the land. Scene 18. Hope after darkness. Narrator, Mary's grief was overwhelming, yet she continued to pray. Mary, God, I do not understand your plan, but I trust you. Narrator, 3 days later, astonishing news spread. Disciple, Mary, the tomb is empty. Narrator, Jesus had risen. Mary's tears turned from sorrow to hope. Mary, death could not overcome love. Narrator, the disciples found courage again. Mary encouraged them. Mary, continue his work. Spread his message of peace. Scene 19. Mary and the early believers. Narrator: After Jesus returned to heaven, Mary stayed with the disciples. She prayed with them and encouraged them during persecution. Disciple: Sometimes we are afraid. Mary: Faith grows strongest during hardship. Narrator: Mary became a source of comfort for many believers. Widow: I lost everything. Mary: As long as love remains in your heart, hope still lives. Narrator: People admired her humility and compassion. She never sought power or praise. Mary: All glory belongs to God. Scene 20: Mary's final years. Narrator: As the years passed, Mary grew older, yet her spirit remained peaceful. Children often gathered around her to hear stories about Jesus. Child: What was he like as a boy? Mary: He was gentle and kind. He cared deeply for everyone. Narrator: Mary spent her final years in prayer and service. One evening, she looked toward the sunset. Mary: My journey is almost complete. Narrator: Her life had been filled with both suffering and joy, but through it all she remained faithful. Mary: Where there is faith, there is peace. Conclusion. Narrator: Mother Mary's story continues to inspire millions across the world. She represents courage in uncertainty, humility in greatness, and hope in times of sorrow. Her journey reminds humanity that true strength does not come from wealth or power, but from faith, compassion, and love. Mary faced fear, exile, hardship, and heartbreak, yet she never abandoned her trust in God. Through her example, people learn to remain patient during suffering and kind even in difficult times. The image of Mary holding baby Jesus symbolizes unconditional love. Her tears beneath the cross symbolize the pain carried by every mother in the world. Her prayers after the resurrection symbolize hope that rises after darkness. Today, people from many nations continue to honor Mother Mary. Churches, songs, paintings, and prayers keep her memory alive. But perhaps her greatest lesson is simple: love others, trust God, never lose hope. Narrator: And so, the story of Mother Mary lives on not only in history books or sacred places, but in every heart that chooses kindness over hatred, faith over fear, and love over despair.